My guest this week on Poetry from Daily Life is Greg Pincus, who lives in Los Angeles, California. He says he has been writing steadily since fourth grade, when he went from making birthday cards for his parents to writing all sorts of things. Poetry is Greg's favorite type of writing, particularly using it to explore anything he is curious about, or to get a laugh, or both. Greg has most enjoyed working on a screenplay for Little Big League and his novel, The Homework Strike. Two unique facts about Greg Pincus are that he has double-top rows of eyelashes and that half his face, seen behind Joe Paterno's shoulder, was in a Sports Illustrated issue.
In third grade through sixth grade, I walked to school pretty much every day. There were a few different routes I could take, but all of them started the same way. Out the front door, down the concrete path to the sidewalk, turn right, then walk to the corner. Or as I would have described it, out the front door, then step, step, half step, 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 long step, 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 half step, 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 long step, 3 times in a row. You see, that pattern of steps made it so that I walked over every crack in the paved path and sidewalk on the way. I don't remember if I thought it was important to miss the cracks or if it was just a way to make things more interesting, but I still remember the pattern. Turns out patterns are something that I've always loved and looked for, or in some cases created for myself. And once you start noticing patterns, well, you can find them all over the place. For me, I found them in the 3 distinct sounds that made up the turn signal rhythm in my parents' car, a click, clink, clack over and over again. And in the way the petals of a sunflower overlap and spiral around, and in how I grind coffee beans, scoop the grounds, pour water into my coffee maker, press the start button, hear the first gurgle of water steaming, and then watch my morning cup get brewed. When I first discovered poetry, I noticed patterns there too, particularly in all the different poetic forms. A limerick is 5 lines long with the first, second, and fifth lines rhyming. A clerihew is a poem that always starts with a person's name and spends its 4 lines talking about that person. Shakespeare wrote sonnets that are 14 lines long, have a very specific rhyming pattern, and use a rhythm known as iambic pentameter, which means each line has 10 syllables and a specific cadence, a pattern of its own within the larger pattern. I've written in all those forms and many more, and I also love to play around based on all the other patterns I run into. So I've written poems where each line has the same number of syllables as the Fibonacci sequence, a series of numbers I find fascinating. I've written in rhythmic patterns I hear or feel, like my morning walk pattern up above. And sometimes I'll write about our pattern itself. Red light, stop. Waiting, waiting. Green light, go, accelerating. Yellow light, slow down, and then what comes next? Line 1 again. So as you go about your day, as Dr. Seuss once kinda said, keep your eyelids up and see what patterns you can see. I think you'll find them everywhere, and you can turn any one of them into a poem. And maybe that will become a pattern for you, just like it has for me.